Those who don't think about the future are doomed to repeat the past. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Think Future podcast. I'm your host, Calabucas, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking innovation startups, the future, not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. Now, lately, I've been thinking about binariness, because it seems to me that so many things are being split into two, right? There's always seems to be things broken into two, no matter what it is, and these things are pitted against each other. Good and evil, black and white, male and female, straight and gay. All of these groups seem to be created by people, politicians, mainstream media, to sort of homogenize people. Because people are very complicated. Very, very complicated. They may be in this group and that group, but they don't fully believe in anything. In fact, there's very few people who actually are fully involved in a specific group here or there. I mean, obviously it's different if it's physical or biological, but if it's political or if it's, thought related, philosophy related, people can be in multiple groups. People can think multiple things. The reality is that reality is non-binary. There's not one right answer to everything, but everyone tries to simplify things down to a single answer. Oversimplification is one of the problems that we have. It's the problem that the state has. It's the problem that any kind of governing entity has. Corporates have, companies have. A lot of people have this problem too, that they want to simplify things down to us versus them. But in reality is not binary like that. Reality is not one or the other. Maybe computers have wrecked it for us. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're starting to think binary because all of our machines are thinking binary and our programmers used to think binary. And maybe because these things are binary, we figure that everything has to be binary. But the reality is that that's not the case. Ideas are not necessarily binary. Republican versus Democrat, black versus white, this race versus that race. So if you ask me, everyone's a human race. The world is not binary. The world is non-binary. I mean, there's some things that are binary in the world, but some things, especially ideas, are not binary. They're absolutely non-binary. So the next time somebody tries to create this juxtaposition by lumping people into two different groups and then throwing them at each other, you have to understand that these groups are not homogeneous. There's not a single person in this group or a single person in that group that are absolutely so bought into that concept that they can't change. People are super complicated. And when we try to oversimplify them, because we're trying to do that all the time. We do that when we market to them. We do that when we talk to them. We do that when we do personality tests of them. We try to simplify people. But human beings are incredibly complicated. Incredibly complicated. And I think that might be one of the problems that we have, is that we attempt to simplify people and put them into groups so that we can say, okay, I'm going to market to that group. But the problem is that it won't be a one-to-one match with what the individual within that group wants. It might be something like it, but it won't be a one-to-one match with that individual. When we understand, when we truly believe that each individual human being is an incredibly complex set of attitudes, of physiology, demographics, everything. Each and every human being is a unique set of everything. Then maybe we can stop thinking in binary terms. Maybe we can stop looking at people and going, oh, this person's like this, or this person's like that. Oh, I have to hate this person because they're in this group, or I have to hate this person because they're in that group, but I can like this person because they're in this group. People are multifaceted. They don't only have that one aspect of their personality. And oversimplification might be the thing that is really killing us. Oversimplifying the human condition, oversimplifying human behavior is something that we're all guilty of, and we have to stop doing that. We have to understand that people are very complex creatures. And if you think about it now, with technologies and being able to narrow things down to the individual level, we might actually be able to look at individual human beings and say, I know what makes that person happy. I know what I can do to help improve that person's life. So let's look at the world in non-binary terms, because that is what the world is. That is what reality is. Reality is non-binary.